Okay. I am. This is part 2. Celestial bodies. Okay. So let's say, for example, with the 13th sun, I could. I'm just not very good at it. You know, I could. But anyways, well, no, I am good at it. I'm good at everything. So yeah, I will, because I'm super good at it. Everything that I do is amazing. So I will. That's what's up. Thank you for, reminding me. So the 13th son, he technically is like bigger than you, obviously. He got more knowledge than you. He got more wisdom than you. He obviously got more power than you if he's sitting there going boom, 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 boom on his videos. So, technically I'm not saying nothing because that's self-evident. He's bigger than you. He got more power than you, so he must exert more force regardless of the space or the, perceived size. He exerts more force. Okay, I'll leave it at that. So if he's like over here and you're over here and he's like, yo, if you aren't going to follow the right way, the laws of the immortals, the laws of yourself, the laws that are agreeable to you, that keep you from fucking yourself because you're a little child and you don't know better, well, then, it's time for you to be recycled. So it's like his vibrations are constantly going, they're constantly being surrounding him, and they can go very far because he's very big. So he can't do shit against universal law, just like nobody else can. But his vibrations, if within universal law, his vibrations could come and affect the whole vibration of the earth and create a tornado, create a fireball, create all these things, because he exerts that type of force. Because he's so old, because like the age, well, see, there's a quality of the energy as well, because technically, not everybody's the same. So it depends on the nature of your creation as well. You gotta be honest with yourself. Not everybody is cut out for certain things, but at the same time, that doesn't mean you can't have a wonderful existence and allow the ones who do have that type of authority to help you out and keep everything in balance. Somebody's got to do it. It doesn't have to be you. And just because you want to be, don't mean that that's what you are. You got to go inside and really figure out who you are. And like the 13th son said, most of the people who figure out who they are, they, deny it at first. They're like, no, I don't want to be that. I like this. And then, like 13th son said, he denied that shit for the longest. And he had to go through a lot of pain to actually come into terms with who he was. With great power comes great responsibility. That's a lot of responsibility. So if you have all that power, but you're not using it for the right, that's karma as well, and you will suffer equally. So if you have intense power, you will have intense suffering if you do not do what you're supposed to do. So, yeah. So yeah, think about it like that. And so it's like your lower self could be the planet and your higher self could be a star. Okay? So it's like technically, it's like, because the star, everything spirals up. So, well, technically it could spiral. Oh, everything spirals up. So technically, in the past, your higher self was a planet. So when your higher self was in the planet, there was like a different higher self up here that was helping you. It's like always goes up the line. It's like you always help what's below you if you're agreeable. You're always trying to help yourself. You're always trying to help yourself. So your higher self is you trying to help you, because it knows that it wants you to come meet it, but really it's going to be on its way. It's hard to explain, but I hope you get the idea. So technically, like, so you could be the earth, your lower self as here could be the earth, and your higher self could be a star, a baby star, or an older star. But technically, the older you are, the more naturally this will seem like it will come. And also certain ones, it's just the nature of their creation is different. They were created for a different purpose, so certain things come more naturally to them. And other ones were created for a different person, for a different type of experience. So, struggle is part of experience. Certain like every experience is valid. So you're really ignorant to say that this experience is better than this experience because you don't really know, because everything's the same. So yeah. So like if you've attracted this asteroid into your field, and like at first it might have been really far away, but you've been projecting out. So like at first the thought just kind of pops in your head every once in a while, and you might just be like, oh, you know, but if you choose to engage with that, it's like you just like sped up the process that it comes and gets you. So that asteroid comes closer, 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 closer. Eventually it might be so close that it blocks out part of your sky. So like when you're looking in your reality, all you see is that fucking demon. That's all you see. It might manifest as whatever. It might manifest as a person, it might manifest as a bad situation, it might manifest as whatever. It's because it's all energy. So yeah, that, you know, you got to be aware of your surroundings. You got to be aware of yourself. It's like by becoming aware of your surroundings, that's why they always say go back inside, because when you go inside, it's like you go, technically you don't go anywhere. It's just you stop looking outside yourself. You stop attributing everything out there to be out there, and you start attributing everything to be in here. And technically all the information's in here. So yourself will show you things from a certain perspective so that you get the message. They might put a dimensional vision in your head that just in one shot, bloop, breaks down everything you need to know. Just like a perfect image that you just be like, or it might be like a little movie or a little clip that shows you how certain geometry works, or certain this or certain that, and it is come direct connect. So that's why all the information's inside. And technically, if you're, and probably most of the people who are watching this video, well, I'm not gonna say that. If you're watching this video, you could be really young or you could be older. If you're really young, you might not have certain abilities. You might not have the experience to like live a life as a monk and master your breathing and your concentration and all this. So meditation might be harder for you, you know, whereas maybe if you lived a life as a monk, meditation might come easier for you because you put in the time to do it, you know? Yeah, so it's really just about it's just about loving yourself, because when you love yourself, you love yourself, and yourself will look out for you. So you won't never have no questions. You'll know what you're supposed to know all the time. You won't have, life will just be a free-flowing, amazing experience in every moment. That's what it should be, because that's real love. You love yourself enough to never let yourself truly suffer, technically. So if you're suffering, it's because you want to suffer. Everything is love. So if you're suffering, it's because you want to suffer. Even an enlightened being could go through suffering and not perceive it as suffering, and just see it as like the low note before the high note. You wouldn't be able to see that the high, it's like, it'd just be like listening to music instead. It's like you might be listening to some you know, classical music or something like that, and it gets like dark for a second, like doom 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 doom. You would look at it like that instead of like the, you know, like that high, you know, like the high, like birds flying or some shit. You know, you might have like this doom and gloom sound, and then you got like the high, it's all vibrations to you. So you don't, like, if you identify with that, then you'd be like, oh, this is bad, I need to feel bad, I need to feel like this hurts, I need to feel like this, I need to feel like that, because you outside of self, because you don't really know who you truly are. Because you come out here and play the game, but the game's not really, it's serious, but it's not serious. You know, it's as serious, like I said, it's as serious as you say. But if you want to play the game, you got to play by the rules. So you got to learn the rules, and if you wrote the rules, so the rules are in your favor. The rules are in your favor because you wrote the rules. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, so you wrote the rules of your own game. So it's, come on. So it's always fair to you. It might not seem so fair to some demon. You know, maybe their whole existence is just to be a low down dirty dog that, you know, you get the pleasure of destroying. But that's cool because you created that as well. Yeah. So it's just in their nature. They can't help it. Like, it's not like a wolf can't help going to eat. It just does, you know? So it's like, but it's still a wolf. It's still like lower. It's not going to move beyond that because it's doing shit that's not beyond that. You know? It's like, so you'll have the experience as a wolf, but technically the wolf doesn't really have free will. The wolf is just doing whatever the fuck the wolf does. It doesn't have like the ability to, you know, think about both things. So technically it's like, you know, like an asteroid's like, it's like a space rock, even though it has like a certain consciousness and a certain vibration, it's not really like and it might even be self-aware, but it doesn't have like a soul. It doesn't have like a beating heart to it. It doesn't have like a connection. So it can't really be held accountable for what it does in a sense. Technically, nobody can, because you'll just reap what you sow. It's you know, I don't want to confuse it, but it's like certain asteroids. It can't be. It's just in their nature. You can't even. It's like you can hate them, but you don't. It's like once you see the rules, once you see the game, it's just like, that's an asteroid. I know I just gotta sling a certain energy ball out there and knock it off its course. It's gonna be on its way. Shit happens, Like it was flying through like everything else does, and that's what happened. And it's just in its nature to just fly around in the cold and one day crash into a thing. That's just what it does. It's in its nature. It doesn't know nothing else. It doesn't have no perspective of nothing else. So to that, it's what's up. It's like, I'm happy that I get to fly around in the cold. That's good shit. It's only you that says that one experience is better than the other. It's like, well, I was in the 5th dimension and then I fell to the 3rd dimension, so it seems shitty. But if you went from being a dog to a human, everything would seem good for you. You'd be like, oh shit, I don't have to wait for somebody to feed me. I can do this, I can do that, I can play video games, damn, this is a good life. And the human might not even be worried nothing about leaving or nothing like that. It's not for everyone. You got to bring yourself to a certain level before you even start pondering shit about a next dimension. So that even the fact that you're watching this video is good shit. It shows that you're at a certain level, that you have attracted this into your life. Because it's not like a dog's going to be sitting around watching me. Because it's going to serve no purpose for that dog to watch it. And you might have just went from the observing the dog to observing the human. So to you, everything seems great because you just came off looking at a dog, looking through a dog's eyes. If you're here and you feel like this shit is, there's nothing about this reality that makes sense to me. I don't like this shit. It's fucking, I feel like I'm in a jail. I like that. It's probably because you just came off a perspective that was higher and you fell down for whatever reason. Not necessarily because you did something bad, maybe because, you loved yourself and you wanted to go help yourself. So you chose to kill part of yourself, make part of yourself suffer. So you don't even see it as suffering. You see it as love, because even though you're down here suffering in this hell, you don't even look at it as suffering, because you look at it like you're doing it for yourself. So it's love. It's like the dad that jumps in front of the bullet for the daughter isn't worried about the bullet hurting. He's worried about how much love he feels for his daughter. So, it's all whatever you make it. I don't know if I said, it's like, I know there was shit I was supposed to say. I think I said that the main part of the stuff I was trying to say, I said it kind of fast at the beginning, I feel like, but I think I got it. I think I said it. Yeah, just picture yourself as a celestial body and know that everything is geometry, everything is math in the universe, technically it is. It's like you have the feeling and then you have the math. It's like the numbers can't really feel. It's like the numbers can describe the feeling, but only the feeling can feel the feeling, So it's like right brain, left brain, right brain, left brain. So, but if it's like they go hand in hand, you can't have one without the other for the experience. So if you know the geometry, it will unlock you so that you can have the experience, so you can have the feeling. If you're having the feeling, technically you already have the geometry. It's already in you if you're having the feeling. You're already using the geometry. Whether you are aware of it or not, you're already using the geometry if you're having the feeling. So if it's like, for me personally, it's like the geometry helps me. It's like when I see the geometry, it's like it unlocks me, gives me new codes, and then I can start feeling new things. I can start having new types of experiences. Yeah. So, yeah, there's gonna be a change that's taking place here. I just noticed that there was a very large celestial body that was heading my way, directly into my life. So the dynamic of this whole situation is going to change pretty soon, which it's the event that lets me know that we're getting very close. So as time goes on, this shit might speed up real quick. So, just saying, stay tuned for like a different channel where there's other types of videos from different people, and you know, like that, kind of get all the information in the same place. That's kind of the goal, is to kind of get everybody's aspect, because everybody's perspective has value. You know, get everybody's stuff in the same place. You can go there, get it, get your shit right, you know, and get the fuck out of here.